crying for attention. 1. Muster up tears. Does not matter whether they are real or not. Best if they are real. 2. Take a video of you crying while reciting the Instagram terms and conditions. Page 1. We can cut that out.
Okay.
Oh. Welcome to Instagram. Use terms of use. Discover your use of Instagram, except where we expressly state that separate terms these apply. And provide information about the Instagram service. Oh goodness gracious. The service online phone. When you created Instagram, you agree to these terms. The Facebook terms of service do not apply to this service. No, sir. The Instagram service is one of the Facebook products provided to you by Facebook Inc. Oh.
Oh.
These terms of use constitute an agreement between you and Facebook Inc. Arbitration notice. You agree that disputes between you and us will be resolved by binding individual arbitration, and you waive your right to participate in a class action lawsuit or class one arbitration. We explain some exceptions and how you can arbitration below. The Instagram service. We agree to provide you with the Instagram service. The service includes all of the Instagram products, features, applications, services, technologies, and software that we provide to advance Instagram's mission to bring you closer to the people and things you love. The service is made up of the following aspects: offering personalized opportunities to create, connect, communicate, discover, and share. People are different. We want to strengthen your relationships through shared experiences you actually care about. So we build systems to try and understand who and what you and others care about. Oh, sweet mercy. And use that information. Help you create, find, join, and share experiences that matter to you. Part of that is highlighting content, features, offers, and accounts you might be interested in, and offering ways for you to experience Instagram based on the things you and others do and off Instagram. Fostering a positive, inclusive, and safe environment. We develop and use tools and offer resources to our community members that help to make their experiences positive and inclusive, including when we think they might need help. We also have teams and systems that work to combat abuse and violations of our terms and policies, as well as harmful and deceptive behavior. Safe fixation. Pace in bathroom. Catch self in mirror. Look at self. Mentally pick out flaws. Be humbled. Be disgusted. Be numb. Look away.
back. Now disassociate with image of self. Say and ask, who am I? Who am I? Say, I am not mirror. I am not mirror. Say, I am not image in mirror. I am not image in mirror. Say, I am not image. I am not image. Say, I am not. I am not. Say, I am. I am. Say, I. I. Say, I. I. Say, I fan. I fan. Say, I am my biggest fan. I am my biggest fan. Say, no one else likes my reflection.
This is called How Long? Talk to yourself until someone calls you on the phone. I'm kind of thinking about what I'm just gonna release whatever I'm thinking about. Really, I don't know how else to pass the time. I'm thinking this might take a while. It's 9:07 p.m. on a Thursday. Yeah. Thursday night during finals week at Michigan State University in the year 2020. You didn't need to know all that. That sounds a lot more official than it really probably is. Anyways, I'm thinking I'm going to be doing this meaning talking to myself for quite some time. I don't have any scheduled calls tonight. And I don't know why anyone would call me at this time. So I'm really just banking on someone calling me randomly. There's a few people in my life that would do that. My brother, his name's Nate. We talk pretty often. And I guess I just thought about it. I'm wondering if I'm talking to myself right now, or if I'm talking to the camera, or if I'm talking to my audience to be. This is how I talk to myself anyways. I talk to myself pretty often. It's kind of how I process things. Growing up, I'll get back to my brother, don't worry. Growing up, I've always pretended like I was being interviewed. Also, I'm just gonna stare off into space. I guess I'm talking to you more now than I am talking to me. But I can see me. So I'll call it talking to me. Growing up, I was always pretending like I was being interviewed. And I think that's a good way that I've found to vet thoughts. Also, it's a good way to improve your speech. To slow down. No one's judging you. No one's going to call you out for anything that you've said. And when you pretend like you've got an audience, it helps you to present things in a special way. Be more cautious maybe about what you say, or I don't know. Some people it might freak out, but I don't get freaked out anymore because I've practiced like this for so long. Anyways, my brother Nate, he'll call pretty randomly just throughout the day. He calls pretty typically around 4 p.m. That's when he drives home from work. So sometimes we catch each other around then. Otherwise, we'll just give each other calls randomly. We never plan phone calls though. That'd be weird. For us, it might not be weird for other people, I guess. But for we've grown a lot. So stuff like that, we just call and say hello when we can, say goodbye when we need to. Other people that might call my mom, my girlfriend, she might call. She might not call. I think she sometimes fears that if she randomly calls me, she's bothering me because I'm pretty busy. I think she's just got this fear that like she's a burden. I wish she didn't feel that way. You know what? I think my mom fears that same thing too. She doesn't call too often because she's afraid that she's like bothering me. In fact, I think my sister feels the same way, which makes me feel bad. I think that like, I think it's probably a me thing. I should probably fix that. Let people know that they're not a burden to me. But in some ways, it's hard because I think they are a burden. As awful as that is to say, having relationships is hard. And there's a requirement from you. There's a requirement from me in these relationships. Like, I have to pay attention to my girlfriend when I don't want to. I have to pay attention and, like, keep up with my parents, and I have to keep up with my siblings. And I'm busy and I'm tired and I have my own things to do. They're worth it, of course. And they, of course, are, the burden is outweighed if you have a good relationship by what they can offer you, the love they can give you. And so in that way, I suppose it's not a burden, but with all relationships come hardships. Speaking of that, I've been trying to say less lately, or at least become more conscious of when I say And I think a good tactic I've found is, instead of resorting to the word or like, pause, like I just did, and think about what you're going to say next. The reason we say is because we're buying time for ourselves. We haven't formed our next sentence. So pausing, I'm revealing my secrets here, but pausing gives you, there we go, blowing it. Pausing gives you a sense of mystery. People are wondering, what's he going to say next? Is it going to be interesting? Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be. But anyways, there's some sort of mystery, suspense, maybe. We were watching a video, me and my friend Jake. It was a Zoom call. It felt like we were just watching a video, but it was live. It was strange, but we didn't feel present. At my work, and one of the higher up people was speaking and giving announcements about COVID and protocol. And he said the word 74 times in 10 minutes or less. I didn't notice at all, but my friend Jake had been counting. And it's strange because this is like a really well-respected guy. And he's very smart, very quick, very responsible, seemingly. I don't know him outside of a work setting, but in work he's super responsible, and he instills a sense of duty, I think. So that's not the type of person you'd expect to have filler language in their speech. So, not disappointing or anything, but made me think. Jake's a pretty, observant person. He's a well-rounded guy. Really good friend of mine. I'm pretty excited to be done with the semester. I haven't really had much time to think on my own. Also, I hope no one was coming into this video hoping to laugh. Probably not going to laugh during this. If you've been expecting laughter and you've made it 8 minutes and 45 seconds, look elsewhere. You're not going to find laughter here, I'm sure. If you find laughter, Makes me feel a little uncomfy. I've thought about doing stand-up comedy before. I think it'd be a lot of fun, but I fear that I wouldn't be. I feel like I'd be too stiff, like I'd be too regimented and follow my jokes too closely. I wouldn't be able to like branch off and roll with the punches, and I think I'd mess up, and then my throat would dry up, and then I'd have to like make that kind of speak. I just get that my throat's pretty dry, so I'm gonna drink some water. I used to drink 64 ounces a day. My rule, I set these hard and fast rules, and they're hard for myself. I think I just have high expectations, or maybe I'm too easily persuaded by the internet. But my rule was you wake up around 8 or 9. Well, actually, at one point I was waking up at 5, and that was the worst. And it wasn't productive. It wasn't good for me. And it didn't last for long. Anyways, I would try to drink one of these before noon, and then, so it's 32 ounces. Then I would have from noon until I went to bed, which is 10 p.m. Go to bed at 10 p.m. every night if I can. Gosh, I want someone to call me right now. I would drink whatever. You don't care. But do I care? Because I'm talking to myself. I'm going to check the final project to see. It says, scores can have words, figures, images. Be creative in how you want the scores represented. Also, record yourself performing the gestures from the scores you have created. If you have captured all 5, assemble them in one video. There is no minimum or maximum length of these scores. Make them interesting. Oof. Doing my best. Engaging and thoughtful. Scores can, okay, I've read that already. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be engaging. That's another thing. Like, do people think my thoughts are as interesting as I think they are? Because I am completely fascinated with my thoughts. I could daydream all day long. I got a text message. Oh, Jack, please call me. Well, I'm going to stop recording after I say hello if I get a phone call. Oh, Lord, let Jack call me, please. Jack's another friend. Man. There's no like when you're talking to yourself and you're not thinking about it, it's just happening. I feel like it's therapeutic because I'm thinking through different problems. I can stop whenever I want to, and I'm also not being recorded. But also I get sidetracked every time I look at the camera. That's why I'm wandering around. Wonder if that's going to lose the audience. Eye contact's pretty important. Shoot, I don't know what I was just saying. That's so disappointing. There's no constraints when you're talking to yourself. Like, you can stop whenever you want. You have the freedom to do it as long and think whatever you want, say whatever you want. So then when there's a camera recording and I know people will watch this, it's a bit more intimidating. It's pretty intimidating. There's a pressure because this is like now homework. Thinking is homework. Talking to myself about everything's homework, isn't it? Tired of homework. I can't wait until I graduate and I have a job and I can just have that compartmentalized. I love compartments. I love like work, school. I hate work and school at the same time, but like you leave work, you're done with work. But school just permeates everything. I can't escape. What does a hood look like? Oof. If anyone has tips on split ends. I could use some advice. I'm growing my hair out. This is 9 months with only one trim, I think in August. About to get another trim from my barber. I'm moving out of Lansing. Now I'm just narrating. This isn't me talking. I'm gonna miss my barber, honestly. I have to go back to Aunt Rhea, which I love my Aunt Rhea. She's probably favorite aunt. But he's been a good barber. He's been cutting my hair probably. I wonder when my first haircut was. I don't know. Anyways, I like having long hair. I think it looks pretty good. My hairline's going back pretty far. It's been like this since I was in 10th grade, but I think I just tell myself that to hide from the fact that I'm balding. I don't want to go bald. That's really my biggest fear. It's going bald. Oh, no, I don't have a head for being bald. Ooh. My girlfriend just texted me. She was telling me, this is actually me just thinking this through now. I wish she would just tell me things in a straightforward way that I tell things. Like, and I'll tell her this. I'm not gonna just say this, but like. So typically I'll tell her things straightforward. I'll tell her exactly what I mean. And just now I got a text that said, she's telling a friend that I will be around on Saturday, which I won't be around on Saturday. I'm not going to be able to. I should probably be more clear about that to her. She said, or she might come to where I am on Saturday, but I'm going to be gone on Saturday. I wish and she's saying she might come around on Saturday because it's hard to do homework, but it's because she misses me and wants to spend time with me. And we do homework well together. We have fun, but we focus. But I can't because I need to hang out with my boys. I haven't seen my boys in like 2 or 1 months. And I know saying my boys is like distasteful. Like Saturdays for the boys, but I love these guys. These guys really love me. They used to just be guys I'd drink with, more or less. We'd get deep and we'd dig into each other's lives, but it dissolved into drinking and hanging out Thursday nights on MSU's campus, and I don't know, talking smart, so we'd think that each other were cool and smart, and we had lots of girls, and like it was just lame. But we exposed that, and now we've been more emotionally vulnerable, which I'm really thankful for. A lot of guys have really come out of their shells. We got a core group. How many guys is it? Ben, Joe, Trent, Will, Wally, me, 6 guys. There's other guys that matter in my life too, but they're not in that core group. It does make me sad because not all of those guys are on the same plane. You can't make choices. That's something I've always felt pretty guilty about, though, is not giving some people the amount of time that they give me, or that I wish I could give them. But sometimes you just naturally click with some people more than others. I think people, for the most part, if they're worth being friends with, they understand, and that's what makes them worth being friends with. Facebook notification. My girlfriend's mom liked my Facebook comment. That's really funny. She's Russian. She was born in actually, I don't know if she was born in Moscow. She was raised in Moscow. We'd asked her if she was born in Moscow. I was pretty intimidated by her when I first started dating. But I'm a big fan. I really like my girlfriend's parents. Hope they like me. I think they do. I think I'm more insecure than I let people know. One time I was in a class, a graphic design class with Mark Bird, and it was a tight group of like 20 people. This was great. And there were just like, obviously it's all young, attractive people. It's all what college is. And I asked for everyone to, because it was like before class started, so it wasn't like during class or anything, but I asked the question, I was like, does anyone in here not pick their nose? Like, raise your hand if you don't, and nobody raised their hand. Everybody admitted freely that they pick their nose. Yeah, it's like the best tool. It's so much better than blowing with a tissue. Sometimes there's deep ones you get, but like there's no tool that works better than a finger. Like not only does it fit the index finger I'm talking about, like if you use your pinky to pick your nose, you're batshit crazy. You're insane. I wish I hadn't cussed just now because I realize I have to put this on the internet. I don't think anyone's gonna get 20 minutes into this though. I've been talking for 21 minutes. Oh my word. Things are about to start dissolving right now. But anyways, there's no other tool. And I've thought this through. So believe me, you can hold your questions until after. There's no other tool that fits as perfectly and has the sense of touch. Kleenex. Fits, feels fine, it's soft, but it leaves a residue and it doesn't have the sense of touch. The index finger is so overpowered. Most people are born with these, and most people don't ever lose them. My step-grandpa lost his arm in a factory. He's from Canada. So now from like here down, he's got a prosthetic, he's got a hook. He's got the hand, the prosthetic hand, it doesn't move, but you can like bend the fingers and such. He doesn't like that one. He got it back in probably the 60s or 70s. He's been missing his arm since he was 27, I think, and he just turned 82, maybe 84. So almost 60 years. It's a long time. So he's super used to not having an arm. Gosh, I want someone to call me. I wish I would have done this at a different time. This is so ridiculous. And no one's gonna call me tonight. Like, I told my girlfriend I would call her. I told Vika I'd call her. Now she's just gonna be waiting on my call. I can't keep talking to myself. But also, it feels like a sunk cost because I've already put so much. I put 23 minutes into this. And I was like, what, are you gonna just like give up, delete this, and then just do this later? Because no one's gonna call tonight. Nobody's gonna call. Unless I've really thought about, I have a computer open right here. I'm recording on my computer, and then I have two computers or screens here. I've really been thinking about messaging someone on Facebook Messenger and asking them to call me. It feels dishonest, so I won't do it. And also, I wouldn't be able to feign a good enough reaction because I know it was coming. I had like even a telemarketer. I would talk to anyone right now. Who would I least want to talk to right now? think I don't have much energy, so I think talking to someone that would take a lot of energy would take this energy. Someone who I'd have to be like on, like family members, I'd be fine right now. If like one of my uncles, my aunts called right now, or someone that I like would feel bad about hanging up on. If my grandma called right now, I'd be like, oh no, because I have to put effort in and be nice and loving. Also, the hearing thing, which is my grandma's 97. When she was 18, she worked in the Sulaks. She always tells the story of how she made like $37 a week. That was really good for a girl too. Yeah, she was hardworking. She's still alive. She's not very hardworking anymore. Well, that's maybe not true. Her work now is not the same though. Her work is loving people. Who says play is the work of children? Maria Montessori? I don't know if that's her. Someone call me, please. I just want to. Maria Montessori. I don't know who that is. Who's Maria Montessori? Anyways, so. I'll explain who Maria Montessori is to myself, not you. You are me. Yeah. Play is the work of children. Play is the work of the child. It's the same as love is the work of my grandmother. She can't lift, she can't walk, she can't taste. She hasn't been able to taste since she was 88. That's 9 years. Can you imagine having it like, oh, buddy. Not being able to taste favorite foods are mashed potatoes and blueberries. Because the crunch blueberries give and the softness of mashed potatoes. It's purely texture now. I wonder if you can start to understand food in a different way if you can only taste texture. I wonder if it for example, my step grandpa, not married to that grandma, different grandma. He lost his arm and he gets phantom pain or whatever, or he used to, and so he'd have to like bang the prosthetic on a wall or a desk or something to remind him, because it would hurt, but there's nothing there. Call that phantom limb or phantom pain. And I don't really know where I was going with that one. Like blind people maybe can hear in sound or hear in color or something. I don't know. I wonder if people who can't taste can like textures will I don't know what the word is. Words are escaping me. I wonder how many times I've said or like. I hope it's not 74. It'd be super embarrassing. Felt kind of preachy earlier when I was talking about that. Anyways, Maria Montessori, Italian physician. Maria Tecla Artemisia Montessori, she's got two middle names, was an Italian physician and educator best known for the philosophy of education that bears her name and her writing on scientific pedagogy. Pedagogy. It's a familiar word. She was born in Italy and died in the Netherlands. She lived to be 82. She had one child named Mario Montessori Sr. Let's go, dude. Mario. That's awesome. Oh. I really just want someone to call me. This is horrific. I actually just might, like, turn the volume up on the work phone here and answer something there. Just anything. I'll take anything. Like nothing. Nothing. For 30 minutes. I started. This is horrific. Waiting. I'm just waiting. I love the Mackinac Bridge. Whenever I go home to my parents, which isn't really home anymore because I've lived in Lansing for 4 years now. I don't know what home is anymore. It's weird. I don't really have a home, but I'm not a vagabond. It's not like a cool wanderlust thing. It's just like at home. Whatever. Home doesn't feel like home, which sucks. I love it up there. But anyways, this is like the gateway. Like once you get there, you can see around a corner close to Mackinac City, you can see the bridge pop into view, and you're like, I'm home. That's what, like, everyone when they come home for Christmas break or Thanksgiving, all the college students always take a picture and put it on Snapchat, and they say home. And then they'll take a picture of like when they're on the bridge, the water and the sunset, or whatever time of day it is. It's actually kind of nice. I make fun of it, but people really shouldn't Snapchat and drive. That's pretty dangerous. I'm gonna fire off some texts. This is gonna really gosh, dude, when is someone gonna call me? Oh my gosh. I do really feel like genuine right now, though. This is pretty much how I talk to myself. I'm narrating a bit more, a tiny bit more than typically. Be tired. Shoot, I should have been reading this whole time. This just feels like a gigantic. I have to be at a study tomorrow at 7:30. It's 9:38. I haven't slept good this whole week. I haven't slept well. Yeah, it's well. I haven't eaten very well either. Finals always kind of beats me down. Not healthy. It's not a healthy habit to get into. To a whole week of unhealthiness. That's almost 2% of my year. That was just pure unhealthiness. How many other weeks have I had like this? What percentage of my year was unhealthy? Oh, that's a scary thought. Texting my buddy Jack. Now my friend Jake. Now my girlfriend. It's a cute text. Oh, there's a mentor. Oh, I spelled that wrong. I've got a mentor from my church. His name's Kevin. Really like Kevin. Just text him too. He's the one I do the study with. We're going over a book called Mortification of Sin by one of my favorite authors named John Owen. I have two favorite authors. Three, really. They're all in separate categories. Somewhat. I guess two are more similar than I think. John Owen does theology. So he was an English preacher and statesman back in like the 1500s. Anyways, he's like who I look at as an ancient friend. I go to him for advice, basically. And it's good to read people who are dead, because you know that their views aren't going to change, and they're not gonna have an end of life crisis and like have some scandal that ruins everything they've taught or preached, I suppose. Anyway, so John Owen's one of my favorites. I want a poster of him. I hope someone gets me John Owen related gifts for Christmas. And then C.S. Lewis, I really respect and really love. He's got a great sci-fi. I love sci-fi. I love sci-fi. Sci-fi's so good. I think it's my dad who instilled that love for sci-fi. C.S. Lewis has a space trilogy, really good sci-fi books. He also did Chronicles of Narnia. Most people know him for that. He's got a book called Screw Tape Letters, which is so good. It's incredible. It's a look at the Christian life and like influences and temptation, but it's told from the perspective of a demon whose name I believe is Wormwood, or maybe his name is Screw Tape, and his uncle is a demon who's teaching him how to be a demon, how to tempt his human, and it's from their perspective, writing letters back and forth to each other. It's just so creative, so fun. I understand too that like this might not fly because this is 36 minutes, and this is just going to take so long. We're not going to be able to watch any of this. And then Arthur C. Clarke is my other favorite author. I think he's still, I need to read him again. I haven't read him since I was probably 20, 23 now. Birthday's July 16th, which is a really good time for a birthday. It's like right dab in the middle of summer. I really like my birthday. The problem is it's not, I've always been thankful that it's not during the school year, because I wouldn't want to go to school on my birthday. Sometimes I think it'd be nice, because everyone's doing their own thing on July 16th. A lot of times I'm alone on my birthday. Maybe that's poor planning on my part. I like being alone on my birthday, but it makes me feel like a loser. I don't know who can watch this. Am I going to send this to people? Oh my word. When is this going to be over? Please, someone call me. Oh, I'm going nuts. I'm on Facebook now because I'm bored. I go to Facebook pretty often when I'm bored or when I don't want to do things. It's not a good habit. Really bad habit, I think. None of this stuff do I ever remember either. It's not worthwhile. Sometimes it's fun though. But it just makes me want things that I don't have. That hurts. I don't have the money to buy things I don't have. It kind of makes me laugh though. Oh, and there's cute puppies sometimes too. don't think anyone's gonna call me. I should have put another rule in this. It says after 30 minutes, 39 minutes. Goodness gracious. I guess I can talk to yourself until someone calls you on the phone. That's my only rule. Sorry I'm fixing my hair so much, everyone. I think it'd be fun to be a vlogger. I don't think I'd be very good at it though, because I'm not very fun. I like to relax pretty often, and I don't really like to rent Lamborghinis. I mean, I totally could, but I don't know if anyone thinks my thoughts are as interesting as I think they are. I said that earlier, I think. I hope they do. If other people thought my thoughts were as interesting as I think they are, I'd have a lot of fans. I might even be able to make a living off of doing this. Boy, oh boy. Oh. I don't have any more thoughts. I have so many more thoughts, but nothing I want to dwell on. I don't know what to do now. I'm frantically deciding what I need to do. Oh my word. Gosh. Ooh. Is someone gonna call me? This is not the night I should have done this on, and now I'm 40 minutes into it. Like 42 minutes into this. Can't go back now because I've invested 40 minutes. And I really have to go to the bathroom. This is ridiculous. Also, just like using up lots of time and just like, this is gonna take so long to render too. Yeah, I think that I just texted my girlfriend and said, please call me. There's no rule against that, so I don't care. I've put up with this insanity. 43 minutes. I just hope she's not too deep in homework or in a conversation. She really loves people, and she, oh God bless her soul. Watch a flower until one of them falls or until all of them fall. White process. Stay 10 days in a white room with white furniture, white pictures, eat only white food, drink only white drink, wear only white clothes, read white books without black letters. You may also paint white pictures, make white sculptures, amuse yourself by making white things or simply playing with white things. Make your ideas white as well. Oh, please call me. Love whistling. Makes me pretty happy. I think I'm pretty good at it too. Thank the Lord. Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you so much. I'm going to explain. So I just ended. You're going to be really confused for a second, so just bear with me.
Okay.
So I've been recording myself talking for the past 45 minutes to myself. And
yourself?
yeah, so this is for a project. You know the one that I told you about with the makeup?
Oh.
There's another section of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the rule for myself, basically you give yourself what they call a score. So here's an example of a score. It's called white process. Stay 10 days in a white room with white furniture, white pictures, eat only white food, drink only white drink, only white clothes, read white books without black letters. You may also paint white pictures, white sculptures, amuse yourself by making white things or simply playing with white things. Make your ideas white as well. So there's a set of instructions and you have to follow them. So my instruction for myself, are you still there?
Mm-hmm.
My instruction for myself was, it's called How Long, subject to a better title. And the one instruction is talk to yourself until someone calls you on the phone. And for 45 minutes, no one called me on the phone because it's 9 p.m. and I'm a maniac. And so I had to text you and ask you to call me on the phone because I needed it to end. So anyways, I'm going to stop recording now. I'm sure no one got to this point 48 minutes in.
Posting. Sit in home alone. Be lonely. Contemplate loneliness. Take a picture of yourself to distract. Be dissatisfied with the picture. Egregiously edit the picture until you hate it less. Whisper witty things to yourself until you get some sort of chuckle-like reaction. Now attach that comment to the picture. Release the picture to your small, curated world of followers. Get dopamine. Get more dopamine. Wait until dopamine stops. Let dopamine wear off. Realize you are still home alone. Sit in home alone. Questionnaire. Call one stranger and ask them some questions. Do not tell them about why you are asking. If they ask, refuse to tell them.
Welcome to the Mastermind, the hottest place for new adventures with real people just like you. No matter how hot you want it, you'll find it here. Mastermind is for callers 18 and over. If you're under 18, you must hang up now. If you have a membership, please enter it now. Otherwise, press the pound key. Now you can chat with the hottest singles from across the country in our national hot chat. You'll hear from hot, horny people who are closest to you first. And then you can jump into national hot chat to chat with hotties from across the country. We'd like to offer you a free trial so you can start having fun and meeting great local women right now. To get your free trial out, press 1. To pause the system while you get a pen, press 2. You have 5 minutes remaining. Your free trial will expire in 7 days, and it must be used from this phone number. Have fun! You need to record a greeting to introduce yourself to the other callers. First, let's record the name you want to use. After the tone, record just your first name.
Sebastian.
Now let's record your greeting. If you're ready to record, press 1. To hear tips for recording a good greeting and some examples, press 2. If you'd like to pause the system to prepare what you're going to say, press 3. Record after the tone. Hit any key when you're done.
I just want to ask some questions.
Try your recording again. It must be at least 5 seconds long, and we must be able to hear what you're saying, so speak clearly and directly into the phone. Record after the tone. Hit any key when you're done.
I just want to ask some questions.
If you're happy with your greeting, press 1. To hear how it sounds, press 2. Re-record it, press 3. Your greeting is now being reviewed by the moderator. There are 28 women on the line. For a safe connection, keep personal information like your last name, phone number, address, or details about your workplace confidential until you've had time to get to know the other person. And never share your credit card info with anyone on the system. We will never ask for your credit card info unless you contact us to make a purchase. By using this service, you agree to our terms of use and privacy policy, which you can view on our website. We assume no responsibility for personal meetings. If you hear a caller you're not interested in, you can block them so you won't hear each other by pressing 7. And if you hear something really inappropriate, pressing 7 again will report them to the moderator. Time is now being deducted from your membership. There are no callers on the line close to you right now. Now you will hear callers you can chat with right now from farther away. To hear your closest callers, press 5 at any time. Position 57185 To connect live with this caller, press 1. Send a message or an icebreaker, press 2. Next greeting, press 3. Add this member to your hot list, press 4. Return to the beginning of the greeting, press 5. Play the previous greeting, press 6. Block this caller so you won't hear them again, press 7. Hear this caller's location, that caller is now blocked. If you also want to report them to the moderator for being offensive or inappropriate, press 7 again now. In future, remember this shortcut. Press 7 to block a caller. Press 77 to block them and report them to the moderator. You have less than 5 minutes remaining in your free trial. Get the full VIP treatment by joining now. Your messages will always be delivered before guys using a free trial. You can call in from any phone and use
You're gonna cut all this part out, right?
the women you really want to meet. To join right now, press 1. To continue, press pound. Sending person online with the pronoun I feel brown hair, brown eyes, however, that means so that they can everything with him. And I would look up right now. Just to connect live with this caller, press 1. Send a message or an icebreaker, press 2. Next greeting, press 3. That caller isn't available right now. Please try again later. Krista wants to connect with you. Thank you. We're connecting you now. You're connected. You can break this connection anytime by pressing the pound key. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh,
What kind of questions do you have?
yeah. I just want to know if you like me. I mean, that's very valid. Well, what do you like or dislike about a person?
I am automatically turned off by any kind of politics that are any further right than Biden. I don't even like Biden, so that's the biggest one, I guess.
All right.
Have to love dogs. Have I already eliminated you, or?
No. Very open-minded.
Okay. As to, I guess I would have to be able to carry on a conversation with someone. It just depends. I think that there isn't a checklist for whether you click with somebody or not. You either click or you don't. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what you like out of someone, is whether you can carry a conversation on or have something you can click on with them, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah.
So
why the weird greeting? No offense.
No, I just never did anything like this before, and just kind of had intentions of talking to someone that I never talked to before, and just asking some questions. So, nothing too serious. I'm not looking for anything really in general outside of that. So.
No, I'm just an insomniac, and I've been on here twice before in the past, I don't know, 2 years, so it's not like I'm on here every night. It just, you just kind of struck me with, it was either going to be hell on earth with your questions, or something intriguing, so I was like,
Yeah.
I'm willing to take the risk.
Yeah. No, that's nice. Now, do you have any questions?
Alright, so time is no longer being deducted from your membership. Keep the party going by becoming a member and enjoy exclusive member perks. It only takes a few minutes. To confidentially pay by credit, debit, or prepaid card, press 1 for customer.